There was such anticipation in the space, waiting for those doors to open. It was incredible.
That was the moment when everything that we worked for happened. She came out with a lichens dress, and then I start pruning. So from one shape, the garment became another one. In my designs, in what I do, is to look after your own garments like plants, like living beings.
We called it Black Walnut All Seasons 24 plus because part of the ethos of our work is about everything being slow, sustainable. It's not about making a collection for one season. I'm a textile maker and my work is about my purpose in my life. Every day I walk the same path in the chalk and walnut layers of Dorset. Observing and listening and returning are all very core to my process. I make marks with things that I might pick up in the woods using walnut ink, which I make, and I build up those marks and those layers to reimagine my landscape.
Perfect. Maybe just stay like this.
I'm a fashion designer and I work with the idea of growing garments through living organisms such as lichens, slime mould. The lichens are extremely good at absorbing pollution. So what if we could actually implement that function into our garments? I tend to grow the slime mould, see how it behaves. Can create this beautiful, amazing pattern. Our clothes already have a function to keep us protected from cold or to make us feel fresher. For example, during hot days, but what else can our clothes achieve for us? It's about understanding nature and collaborating with nature rather than exploiting it. Those are all the ideas that I had in my head, all the elements, and finally on a wall, you know.
So the smell of the ink is amazing because a clove goes in there when it's hot. So this ink is vintage 22, so it's a year old, and you get this beautiful smell of clove.
She draws what she sees, and I love the energy that she put on those lines. And it is also a very meditative process. The way that I approach fashion as well, it has similarities. I go for walks and I find inspirations. That could be a fleece that has been wrapped around a fence. The idea of slow fashion, of creating less and more quality, but the idea of slowness is also reflected in the actual process of making a piece. For example, all the corsetry, which took like a really long time to make them. One in particular was almost like 800 hours, so it's a very slow process, but it has like a meditative quality in it.
gorgeous. Fab.
Oh, it's really grown.
This is going to be removed, but it grew quite a lot.
Fantastic. That special quality that he can move between that science and creative space, that he can grow something in his lab and then he can imagine it on, being worn. It's pretty incredible, actually. So I've learned a lot from him about the body and what it means to design for the body. And the fact that we've both got a very natural process is obviously a big part of our collaboration.
Combining her designs with mine and how they could be merged together. At first we thought it was a challenge, but it actually happened in a very smooth and organic way, which is exactly like growing a plant. For me and Belinda, it's more about concept, the idea, and what you want to say. So the meditative aspect of being in nature, understanding nature and what she can teach us, and how that can come into our design. Rediscovering our relationship with nature, so wearing nature on the body as close as possible, just to remind us where we actually come from.